always wanted to visit Tadoba. After visiting so many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, I thought that Tadoba is one place which I might be underestimating, or which is something that on my bucket list, and I thought that let's go for it. And when I got through Shashank's itinerary and when I got his message that we are having a tour at Tadoba, I was like, let's go for it.
Tadoba, always been on my bucket list, and when I saw you advertising, I told Provi, are you coming or are you not coming? Because if you're not coming, I am going.
Our first Indian safari with Shashank was Kabini, and it was a monsoon safari. The second was Jim Corbett, and third was Tadoba. Coming back on the landscape, since Kabini was a monsoon safari, everything was lush green. And Jim Corbett was a bit dry and arid. Tadoba had a mix of environment. There was grasslands, something like Masai Mara. There were deciduous forests. It was a red soil. And overall, it was a different kind of environment, I would say.
I think the landscape of Tadoba is something that it's a mixture of everything. It's not something that it is secluded to. It is not a typical rainforest. It is not a typical dry deciduous forest. It is a mixture of everything. Some parts you will feel that oh, it is a dry deciduous forest. Some parts will make you feel it's a beautiful grassland. Some parts will make you feel for the beautiful meadows. So it's a combination of a lot of factors.
We have seen Nilgai today.
Nilgai we saw.
Because of that, we have seen Chota Dadiyal.
Chota Dadiyal.
And we have seen Sambar deer. We have dotted deers and serpent eagles.
We saw the mottled wood owl perched in the tree. It was daylight, so obviously they rest. And we saw them twice over the 5 safaris. And in both the cases that we saw them, they were with family. So they were a group of 3 or 4 of them together. Then we saw the white-eyed buzzard.
We got a report that Taru has been sighted, and suddenly he came towards our safari. Jeep. Shambhu was also been sighted.
Bang on, we saw Taru right in front of us. We didn't know where to go. More than he not knowing where to go, we didn't have much place. So we just started heading deeper into the forest, and he just followed us. All I could see was his huge, beautiful face. I just can't imagine how beautiful it was. But his face and his eyes was fixated on me. And I think that's the most beautiful sight so far that I've seen. And it followed us for quite a bit. We had nowhere to go because we were pushed against the jungle. We couldn't go anywhere. So it just moved past us. It took a circle and then we encountered Shambhu on the other side.
And both were fighting. It was a lifetime experience for us. And they both were fighting for their territory. It was an amazing experience.
I want to mention here specifically for the leopard sighting. We were actually chasing tiger when we saw a leopard in front of us, and we chased the leopard. And the leopard was initially under a tree, trying to scent the tree. We followed the leopard. The leopard crossed the road right in front of us, and then it went and sat. It turned over the grass, and it was a wide belly, and it was fantastic.
Hardly like 200-300 meters, and our driver was like, tiger. And we saw a huge male tiger coming in front of us. He came literally in front of our jeep. Our guide, he said that, let's move backwards, give him some space to walk. He literally walked along with us, and then he entered the bushes and he disappeared. He went further. If you see, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. It had a combination. It was dark, yet it was light. It was that purple hue, that bluish hue. right? And like a devta god is trying to show his presence, and he was so beautiful.
Bubbly started walking. She walked all that distance. She stood in front of our vehicle. She decided to cross in front of our vehicle. She went to the other side of the meadow where she was busy trying to hunt a hare, and the hare gave a chakma. And the hare took, it hopped and went to the other side. She realized, boss, that's gone. So then she started walking deep into the meadows, and we watched her for quite a bit. And obviously time was up, so we had to leave.
The place where we stayed was very good. It was, I think, a fairly new place. Everything looked new. The rooms were very clean. The staff was extremely friendly, very cooperative. Food was homely. We started our safaris for the morning safaris early morning at 5, and every day sharp at 5 o'clock there would be a knock on the door saying, your tea is ready.
I had this home-like feeling. It was very homely, very decent, very quiet, not too many people, not a lot of rush, and
There were a lot of butterflies over here.
you love butterflies.
जितने भी अगर डिप्रेसिंग वाले बंदे आएंगे उनको तो शांति मिलेगी मिली, वो डिप्रेशन से हट जाएंगे.
No matter whatsoever guide you get, no matter whatsoever driver you get, you ultimately उनके लिए तो मतलब we think that उनके लिए क्या है कि टिप्स, हाँ रोज का काम है, टिप्स उनको मिल जाती है. बट वो जो इंटरेस्ट के साथ दिखा रहे थे, वो जो इंटरेस्ट ले रहे थे हमें, वो जो एफर्ट्स कर रहे थे, दैट वाज रियली ब्यूटीफुल, रियली ब्यूटीफुल. मतलब it was not just out of experience, it was more out of the enthusiasm they had.
I think what really resonated was their enthusiasm, which I think was also actually was, I would also say, was the result of our enthusiasm towards wildlife, which helped them to give us as much as support as possible and make the trip very memorable.
Honestly, I have been with many other wildlife enthusiasts, but what makes him different from others is that first thing, that he is extremely caring. He makes sure that you are comfortable at every point, whether you arrive at the airport, whether you are in the car, whether you are in the hotel, whether you are in the safari. Everywhere he makes sure that you are comfortable, you are happy.
Amazing safari, guys. If you would like to in fact join us on our safari tours and expeditions, please do connect with us on the platforms mentioned below. And if you'd like to know more on India's wildlife and our protected areas, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.